Yeah, this is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa 914, which is the county of New York. We are in the motherfucking house. And Birdman just called me. Just called me. It's his birthday today. He's a Christmas baby. I'm not a Christmas baby. It's a Capricorn. Capricorns don't mix well with a Pisces. Even when I look up his Chinese zodiac, he don't um run into my thing. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your homegirl, Arabia Bubbles. I'm not gonna be up here that long. I just wanna tell everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is a new year. A shout out to the chat. My Swahili, my Spanish has gotten deeper. Thanks to my homegirl KK. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Homegirl KK. And she is a Puerto Rican. She's a Puerto Rican. A shout out to her. She'll be here shortly. She just called me, so I'm good with that. Birdman called me too. So there'll be two entities in the house. Oh my god. What am I going to do? Two entities in the house. And they both know each other. Because I only stick with the women I know. I stick with the men I know. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm looking at different people on YouTube, and I'm saying to myself, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I used my penitentiary mode. I did that. I did that. And I'm fighting myself right now for doing all the fuckery I did on YouTube streets. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my moderators, my YouTube creators, my subscribers, my support team. Shout out to you. It is what it is. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa 914, Westchester County, New York. I'm in my house. I'm feeling toasty. KK wants to drop off the suitcase. I don't think she want to stay long. She got her sister car. So she don't have to stay long. But me and her will vibe more closely if she had more time. A shout out to the chat. Birdman, he's only concerned about one thing. He's concerned only with one thing. And y'all don't know how violent I can get with Birdman. Y'all don't know how violent I can get. Shout out to the chat. Especially if I think you're using me. You using me? Well, shout out to the chat. But I allow myself to be used. I knew people were using me. I didn't give a fuck because I'm using my penitentiary mode. Penitentiary mode means yard control movement. And he knows that. He knows that very well. He knows I use control yard movement to move out of my house, to go to the store, to go to work. I use control yard movement. Shout out to the chat. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I'm living in the free world and I still use the penitentiary control yard movement program. I use the shoe program to get me up and going. I don't want no man, I want a woman. A shout out to the chat. Most of the women I deal with, they got needs, they got wants, and I try to fulfill it. And my fulfillment for them is to give them money. You give the woman the money. The woman is the mother. The woman is the goddess supreme mother. She is queen over the whole earth. The black woman. The black woman. Shout out to the chat. I am a black woman as well, but I don't consider myself a queen. I don't consider myself an empress. I consider myself a high priestess. My job is to elevate you. When my job is done, I'm done. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. And some people know me as being a self mutilator. They know that very well. They know that very well. So when I get cuts and nicks and bruises, I don't give a fuck about that. Because I went through that when I was a young child. I went through it. It was not my fault. I'm not to blame. The people that sent me out into the world, they are to blame. Shout out to the chat. But I gotta take responsibility for the shit I have done, shit I have said on these YouTube streets. A lot of people love your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. They love me. And they tell me in different ways how they respect and love me. A shout out to the chat. Now, if my homegirls in prison was to see this YouTube channel, they would be like, yeah, we made it. Oh my God, Arabia Barbosa. Come on, girl. 221644. 221644. That was my inmate number. South Carolina Department of Corrections. I lived in prison for years. They had me on the SMU, the SHU program, because I could not behave. They found out later I had a mental illness. But is it really a mental illness? One thing I always wanted from other people was love and respect. That's all I wanted. I didn't want their money. I didn't want nothing they had. Because the way I was raised, the woman that raised me, she said, if you are jealous of someone, that means you're jealous of their problems. Shout out to the chat. I am not jealous of no woman problem on YouTube. I thank God, thank the universe. I'm not in their shoes. I couldn't walk a mile in Empress Lonnie One Love shoe. I couldn't walk a mile in Brown Skin Lee's shoe. I can't walk a mile in Sister T shoe. I can't walk a mile in Queen Regina's shoe. I can't walk a mile in none of these women's shoe. None of the men neither. I can't walk a mile. But I've been walking all these miles all these years. And I was always happy when I saw Sergeant Crystal Reagan. Her birthday was December the 21st. So she's a Christmas baby as well. I don't know if she's a Capricorn. I don't know. Birdman is a Capricorn. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I use the Chinese zodiac to read certain people. And brown skinned lady, she was born in the year of the rooster. And roosters and rabbits don't get along very well. Shout out to the chat. I'm not mad with brown skin lady. I'm not mad with her at all. I love brown skin. I will respect brown skin lady, but I will not support her as long as she's supporting Facts Over Feelings, Nashawn, Passion, Darrell Austin, Nobody needs to support a sex offender. And sometimes you think in the back of your mind, you say, maybe they changed. They did not change. They turned into someone else. This man is living homeless, getting hand me down clothes, hand me down shoes, hand me down jackets, coats, and he wear a hood in his videos. And one of the things my adoptive father taught me years ago, he said, "You see a man wearing a hood, that means the man is a coward. That means the man is gay, secretly gay." Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. That's my feeling. That's the way I was raised. I was raised like somebody raising up a slave. A shout out to the chat. Thank God I never had no children. But my other brothers and sisters did have children. And the children complained about how they were raised. Well, look at who put us into the world. A woman that is a traitor, a treasonous motherfucker. Brown skinned lady know what I'm talking about. She know what the fuck I'm talking about. She's a social worker. She knows what I'm talking about. And it is what it is. But I thank God, I thank the universe that my parents that raised me was able to tell me the real truth about my biological family. They were talking about the mother and the father. They were talking about those two individuals. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. 914, which is the county of New York. KK close to the house. And when she get here, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna tell her how I feel. And I know she's just gonna be sitting in the kitchen cooking the food, and she's gonna ignore what I said because she knows it's a deeper, a deeper thing going on. She told me years ago, she said, "Arabia, you gotta create your own family, your own family." Well, what I'm supposed to do? Go back to the job and create a new family? No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Not for women like myself. I've been living in the gay community for years. 14 years old, that's when I came out of the goddamn closet. And I was rejected. Queen Regina, no. You come to the South with that gay shit? Oh, I'm surprised I even lived this long. I'm 50 years old, getting ready to turn 51 in March 18th. It is what it is. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. And when I came to YouTube, I thought if you go into a YouTube creator channel, like and share the video and push the cash app, it's supposed to make everything better. It doesn't make anything better. It makes them think deeper. What they are doing wrong, what they're doing right. A lot of the YouTube creators on YouTube, male and female, they don't mean no harm. They don't mean no harm. They don't know your background when you subscribe. They don't know anything about you unless you have your own channel. You have your own channel. You have your own voice. Nobody's shutting you down. You can come up here and talk all the shit you want. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. All is well, baby girl. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for coming over. Good morning, my love. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking with me, Donna. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. My other moderators will catch the playback. A shout out to the chat. I just wanted to be known that your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, is not strong. She's not all powerful. I don't have all the answers. I don't say I know all the answers because if I knew all the answers, I wouldn't even be on YouTube or nowhere else on social media. One of my homegirls was trying to tell me, take down all your pages, take them down one by one. But one day I played my channel and she heard me singing. She said, God damn, Arabia, I wish I would have knew. And she enjoyed the videos. She enjoyed listening to other YouTube creators. She enjoyed all of you. But she don't do social media like that. It is what it is. KK does do social media. And when she sees me, when she gets out that car, she gonna speak the words, Swahili phrase, Kuja na mimi, kula chakula, miji baridi, nini kuzimu kila wakati. And then she gonna speak in Spanish. Vente aquí, que lo que mi gente. Vente aquí conmigo. Las comidas están listas. That's what she does. That's what she does. That's what she does. You know, when I went downtown a few years ago and I could not find KK, I went into that big laundromat right there on Meeting Street. Big laundromat is abandoned. I went through that building and I turned on my phone flashlight and I called her name. KK, where are you? KK, where are you? There were people in there, men. So we gonna look for this female voice. I hurry up and shut the fuck up because I knew my life was in danger. And shout out to the chat. I went as quick as I could to another exit. I had to climb through a window to get out of there. Those dudes were afraid to come outside. They was afraid. And when I talked to KK about it, she said, Arabia, I wasn't there. Who told you I was there? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Oh, thank you, my baby, for coming over. Thank you, and thank you for doing your music drops. You are so wonderful. You are wonderful and you are beautiful. Thank you for doing your drops because it allows me to see my behavior on these YouTube streets. Now, KK is in her. The last time I saw her, for real, I was downtown. I just got off the 11 bus. I crossed the street and KK was sitting in that park. And I came close to her. And you know what she did? She pulled up my shirt and rubbed my belly. She rubbed my belly. She said, Arabia, you look so good. I know you working on your dance floor trying to get your money. I ain't trying to stop your money. I ain't trying to stop your money. When she come here today and drop off the suitcase, she ain't trying to stop my money. She knows. She knows. Because I used to support her. And before I came to South Carolina, I was supporting other black women. Pay their rent, pay their light bill, do everything I had to do for those women. That's what I do. That's my job. I was taught that in prison. Take care of the woman that you're in love with. Take care of her. Take care of the woman you are in love with. Take care of her. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. Distracting. Thank you for coming in. You always, you're always a big supporter over here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out to the chat. I'm getting ready to go into another realm of YouTube streets, but I'm going to another realm in my personal life. A woman and a man. I always choose the woman because the woman has more to offer than the man. The man don't even have $5 in his pocket. Shout out to the chat. A woman always have money. A woman will always be more powerful than some of these beta males. Thank God for Cynthia G for doing what she did. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Everybody have an awesome, awesome day today. Tomorrow I'll be on the dance floor. I'll be on the dance floor. I'll be on the dance floor for the next couple of days. I gotta be on that dance floor. Cause if I'm not on that dance floor, ain't nothing gonna get paid. Everything gonna be shut down. Oh no. I gotta keep it going. Keep it going. And in the words of the woman that raised me, learn how to survive. Learn how to survive. Don't cry. Don't cry. Hold your tears. Nobody want to listen to your tears. They want to listen to angry voice. They want to listen to yelling. They want to listen to somebody beating somebody. You know how many people on YouTube enjoy listening to someone getting beat up? Somebody being destroyed? I didn't come to YouTube to be destroyed. But unfortunately for me, I used the same tactics I used in prison. And it don't work out here. It don't work out here. It don't work. And not supposed to work. It's two different worlds. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Thank you for coming over and visiting with me. Everyone, like and share the video. Like and share the video. I enjoy you visiting with me. I enjoy my YouTube creators. Brown skin lady, I think about her all the time. And I'm hoping that she will elevate herself and be wonderful. I know she's wonderful. I know she got a powerful voice. She's a social worker. So she knows about these streets. She knows about the world. She knows. She knows. Empress Money One Love is another young woman on YouTube. She knows about the world. And that's what that's why I'm being boggled down. Why these young women had to learn lessons at an early age. Early age. Early age. They had to learn how to survive. They had to learn how to talk to people. They had to learn. This 504 learned that lesson years ago. Sister T learned it. Queen Regina learned it. A lot of women on this app learned how to survive. Shout out to them. Shout out to my subscribers. I got a lot of female subscribers that listen to me. And they need to know that they are important. Don't think because you don't hit my link or you don't do certain things, you're not important. You are important. You are important. And I love you. I love you to death. I love you. Because you stood by me when I couldn't even stand by myself. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Sis Rabbit Got a Ring. Shout out to the rabbits over there. We had our problems in the past, but shout out to them. It is what it is. 914 Westchester County, New York. We are out of here. Thank everyone for coming over. Thank everyone for coming over. And, just sitting a few minutes before all the fuckery happens in my real life. I got a man coming over here. I got a woman. I got Birdman and KK coming over here at one time. But they both know each other. They know each other. They know the relationship I have with both of them. And the only thing I'm going to do is dance to the music. And I'm going to go to work tomorrow. Don't nobody stop me from going to work. Only one that stopped me from doing anything is me. And I take full responsibility of the fuckery and the bullshit I have done on YouTube. I take full responsibility. Have no one to blame. I can blame my childhood. I can blame me going to no. Because every decision I made after 9 years old, I had to face. But it was one day before my adopted father died, he told me to read that essay, what I was most afraid of. I didn't talk about monsters under my bed or monsters in my closet. I talked about how I felt. I was afraid that my parents would get old and die. And that shit has already happened. Shout out to the chat. I was afraid at 8 years old, because I knew they couldn't last forever. How did I know that knowledge? How did I know it? How did I know? When I started having my dreams, in the dream, I always appeared as a puff of smoke. Then the puff of smoke came off the water and it turned into an owl. I flew wherever my people was at. That's where I wanted to go. I didn't want to be here on Earth. I didn't want to be here on YouTube. I didn't want to be on Facebook. I didn't want to be nowhere. I wanted to be where my people were at. My real people are all dead and gone. Shout out to the chat. Because when I dream of a world where the sun is always shining. There's never no rain, only sunshine. I was in the in between then. And I always appeared as an owl. I used to always sit on the shoulder of my niece, Sierra. Always sit on her shoulder. She would feed me little bird seeds or sunflower seeds, and her mother would come out, Sergeant Krista Reagan. She always, after a certain time, she wore a white robe. white robe. Light were always around her. And she said, give me Arabia. Give me Arabia Barbosa. And she would call me by my name. And I would fly from off of Sierra's shoulder and hit Sergeant Crystal's hand. And she would hold me and she would talk to me. She said, it's your time. It's your time. Go home. Wake up. And she would put me back into the air and I would go directly to the sun. In those dreams, I had a golden helmet. And the closer I got to the sun, the helmet would glow and would get hotter. And before I reach the sun, I always wake up. Always wake up. And as I'm waking up, I'm hearing children laugh. I'm hearing women sing. It's not my time. It's not my time. Shout to the chat. I always, let's go into that dream. The dreams are changing now. The dreams are changing now. When I go into those dreams, I'm dead already. I had already projected my spirit out of my body. When I come back into this body, it's so much pain coming back. Sergeant Crystal Regan spoke her words and she said, it's not your time yet. You sit up here on my daughter's shoulder. Because you know my daughter is going to pacify you. I'm not going to pacify you. You're welcome over here anytime. But you got to go back home. You cannot live with us anymore. Our time on earth was done. Our time. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays to everyone. I just want to come up here real quick before the other people come to the house. They coming. Hold on. KK coming with a suitcase of beer. Birdman coming. It's dumbass. Let me get out of here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to all of you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Have an awesome day. I'm going to have an awesome day. It's going to be trying, but I'm going to have an awesome day. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because you'd have been anywhere else, but you decided to sit with me for a few minutes. Thank you. The skeleton key is in the house. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. One.